I wanted to go over a couple of factors in ranking highly on Google. There's kind of different ways that you can go about that. What does it even mean to be on Google, right? So these days, when you look up something, especially on your desktop and even on your mobile phone, there are different components to the Google front page. It's not like it was 5 or 6 or 7 years ago where you type something in and you just get your search results. So generally speaking, there's going to be paid ads at the very top. A trained eye can, spot the little ad symbol that's attached to them and know that that's what they are. A lot of times people don't realize that. Typically speaking, below the ads, you're going to find the Google Maps. Usually 3 to 4 listings, depending on your search there in Google Maps. Really an emphasis on being local, immediately surrounding your area, what options are available, what options are open. And then finally, kind of what most of us think of when we think about ranking on Google is your quote-unquote organic rankings. Organic in this context really means not paid for. So quote-unquote what Google's just naturally going to show. Let's dive into it. I think even though Google AdWords is a whole topic for a different day that you can go on, and an entire industry has been built around this, we can simplify it today to explain that Google AdWords is something that you can pay for. So if you're willing to pay Google money in exchange for people coming to your website, they will carve out a prime part of their real estate on their homepage, the very top, above the maps, and they will give you the opportunity to show in there. So in one very simple way, if your goal is to be at the top of Google, Google AdWords, or now Google Ads as it's called, is one possible solution. And it's the most straightforward. So what are some quick pros and cons for Google AdWords? Well, first is that it's immediate. So you can decide to start running Google Ads today, and they can start showing as soon as tomorrow. So there's really no other avenue to get to the top quickly than Google AdWords. So quick to use. And you're in control. So you can say, how much you want to spend. You can limit it. It's not like some of these other services that you sign up for where you don't really control your expenditure. So easy to use, immediate results. You can control the cost. Those are definitely the positives. The negatives would be, one, it can be fairly complex, especially if you're running it yourself. It's easy to set up, but what happens from there, is kind of up to you in terms of how much time and energy you're going to put into it, and their entire company is that's all they do. 2, if you want to stay at the top of Google, it can be incredibly expensive, meaning every time someone clicks on your ad, chips away at your budget. Once your budget runs out for the day, your ads are off. So if you want to stay at the top and you want to be there all day, depending on what things cost in your area, this could be a pretty expensive endeavor. And 3, the effects might be immediate, but they're very short-lasting, meaning it's just immediate gratification. So you pay money to Google tomorrow, you show at the top of Google tomorrow, and that's it. The short version of how you get to the top of the organic part of Google is a strong online presence. So of course, what does that mean? It means a really good website like we talked about, one that draws lots of traffic. It means good social media that stays active and points people back to the website. It means good reviews. It means all those little things that go into the Google algorithm that's so secretly guarded. And when you hear about SEO and you hear about Google updates and you hear about penguins and pandas and things like that, that's generally what everyone's talking about, are what best practices can we follow in this industry to have the best chance of success when you're talking about your organic rankings. And entire industries have spawned off of this.